Hey, yo, it's game time, everyone. I'm going to be all over Steph out there. Nowhere for him to go. Do your thing, all right? And that win is ours, baby.
Hey, what are you doing? It's Steph here, and welcome to NBA 2K13, my career. And first off, let me just say that I'm on the Pacers. And Paul George, Danny Granger, David West, and Roy Hibbert is there. And you're probably wondering why, you're probably wondering how. Well, I started off with a MyCAREER for the Hornets, got drafted there, 10th overall, and basically from there, I think you don't know this. So the last time we left off, I was still on the Hornets, and there's a trade request waiting. And I could lie to you right now and just say I got traded to the Pacers for Lance Stevenson, but that's not how it worked out at all. Basically, what happened was I got traded to Memphis, and I had some problems there because I was a starter, but I wasn't starting point guard. And as you can imagine, starting shooting guard and going up against some of the greater shooting guards in the league, such as Kobe, James Harden, Monte Ellis, you know, all around the board, Eric Gordon. After I got traded, I played Nola, which was weird. But, yeah, going up against all the greatest shooting guards in the league right now, it kind of bugged me. And I tried to get rid of Mike Conley. I kept trying. And I didn't want to wait to where it gives you like 5 players for you to search for and trade for, because I was afraid that Zach Randolph or Marc Gasol would probably be involved for one of those deals because the CPU doesn't know what the frick they're doing. But, you know, Mike Conley's an 84, Zach Randolph's an 83, Marc Gasol's an 85. You get the picture. It's not going to work. So what I did, I just restarted. I flat out just restarted. And to be honest with you, I just didn't feel like going to a bad team. And I said, you know what, I want to go to a pretty good team. I was aiming to get drafted for either Boston, Indiana, or some team that would want me to be on their team, like Dallas, somewhere where I'd fit in well at the point guard position and have others around me. And, well, at Indiana, I think it's literally a perfect fit because of one reason and one reason only. They're good in every other position but the point guard position. Now, George Hill's all right, and I did take his number. As you can probably tell, he's number 7. But, you know, it helps me out a lot because when it gets down time to playoffs, and I like Memphis too, I really did. If they would have traded Mike Conley for, let's say, an O.J. Mayo, if we had O.J. Mayo back in Memphis, you know, I would have played for Memphis. But, you know, I like being in the Eastern Conference. It's more defensive in real life, that is. But here we are in Golden State. They're, I believe, 6-9, something like that, and we're 13-3. Right now, I think we're the best defensive team in the NBA with me on it. And that's something I do pride myself in this game, or try to at least, as I go to the rack hard. But I try to pride myself in defense. I know it is extremely hard because sometimes you just can't guard people in this game, like off of lobs, back door, or if you're trying to play help defense and your guy's open for 3, you can't really sprint back to the three-point line. All those are sort of issues with the game that nobody can resolve. Like, there's nothing they can do. But anyways, I try to pride myself on defense, and I think I somewhat show it in this game. Maybe not through the clips, but you'll see that I definitely put an effort in on the defensive end, and yeah. And look at the way that went in. The net didn't even move. But, okay, on to why I haven't been uploading. The main reason why is because my capturing software doesn't work 100% of the time, and it's not its fault at all. It's my computer's fault. It's sort of old, and I'm looking into getting a new one before I head off to college anyways. But I tried to clear it off. I cleared a lot of stuff I had off of it, like programs and old videos that I had just sitting around. I was like, I don't need them anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. And, you know, it seems to be working a little bit better now. But I can't promise anything because this is my only source of recording right now. recording my games, and I don't know. And if something happens, then I won't be able to make a video in a while. But I'll try to stay consistent. I know I've said that before, but consistent as in like 3 or 4 days without uploading. Like that's all I'm really gonna promise right now. I'm really not gonna make that promise because you never know what could happen. But just, I know that not a lot of people will see this video. Like not everyone will, because that's just how YouTube works sometimes. But the people that do see it and the people that have actually made it this far, I salute you for one, and number two, just hang in there with me and everything should be good. And I'll talk about college a little more as it progresses on me. It's still summer. Everyone loves summer. Well, I mean, it could be a little bit too hot for some people, but and also, if you don't notice, the shoes I'm wearing, I actually made them myself from Nike. And I decided to go with Nike this time instead of Jordan because I went with Nike my first 2 times, and I was like, I liked the experience, but I wanted to try out Jordan with my Memphis one, and I really didn't like it. The only thing I really liked was wearing the old school Jordans, which, they just don't get the job done in this game. They don't look that good necessarily, and I'll show you some of my shoes or how I created the ones I did in this video and some other ones that I'm going to create in the future. Like, I call these the DC3 ones that I'm wearing right now. They're blue. I created a yellow one, and I've already created the DC3 2s, but that's not going to come until like a few more months. What I want to do is, since sneaker life like in game is different from in real life, is what I want to do is just change it every other month or something. That way I can stay current. And I don't know. You know how the LeBron 9 came out last year? It's sort of a yearly thing in real life, but I want to make it an every other month thing for 2K. In-game, that is. Like every other month in-game, not in real life. Just to clarify that. And I think I'll be playing mostly key games. I think I've decided that mostly. Now, I will play every so often just to put a video up, but mostly it's going to be key games, and that's just the way it is. Like, I want to get to the playoffs, and 2K14 is coming out around the corner, and I'm not so sure about the next gen console thing. What I think I'm going to do is just wait until 2K14 comes out on like the PS4 or Xbox One. I'm still not 100% on which one I'm actually going to get yet, so again, I'm still sort of just looking at my options, see what we have. But so far, I think the PS4 is in the lead. If you don't know, I'm an old school Sony PlayStation guy. I've had the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and the only Xbox I've had is the Xbox 360, which, it seems like the Xbox 360, for me at least, was the better console experience. But I'm not going to get into that. Nobody really wants to hear it. But it's just a better experience for like 2K and my friends and stuff. But I really hope that we can get this sorted out. And I don't know what I'm going to do in the next gen. But on to sort of the routine I want to get in is start uploading my team, start uploading my career, and stuff like that. And I know the finals, while I'm making this right now, the finals are going on, and I'm like a couple games behind currently. I don't know how I'm going to make that up exactly, but I'll try to figure it out. Again, I had issues recording, and that's the main deal why that sort of went downhill. But anyways, now on to the game. We are currently up by 9, I believe. Yeah, if I can do simple addition. But we're just trying to keep Golden State at bay in more ways than one. The Bay Area, keep them at bay. And there's another one of my passes stolen, well, partially stolen, and I get blocked. So he should have passed it sooner. I was wanting to get out and run, but in this game, I don't know why you can't do that. But I've decided to take off defensive anchor. I don't know if you can wear a signature skill, but I'm using the signature skill in this game. I don't know if you can, like, well, never mind. I took it off, and I'm using interceptor level 3 now, and the reason why is because I play the passing lanes like no other, and I figured if I can do that, I can cause a little more trouble and cause more turnovers for the opposing team using that, because it's like 15 to vertical as in like stretching your arms out and stuff like that, and on top of that, you know, you get like I don't even know, but interceptor is one of those things that I really want to test out, and it didn't cost a lot of VC to get, so I decided to go and get it. So I think my 5 signature skills are spot up shooter, deadeye, dimer, forward general, and interceptor / defensive anchor. Now Roy Hibbert does have defensive anchor, and that's sort of why I don't use it, because I'm not sure how that actually works out. If it gives us double defensive attributes, then that's good, but I don't think it does. I think it just, you know, it gives you plus whatever. So, anyways, game's getting really, really intense. It's 109-105. We currently have the ball, and I actually don't know what's going on. Okay, now, tried to drive the lane. I think that was a foul. As you can see, my player is really upset at that, and Harrison Barnes with a ridiculous and one layup. And at that point, I knew what in the world is going on. And this is on Hall of Fame 10-minute default, by the way, and I think that's the way I'm going to play it. But it's a 1-point game, trying to create something on offense. We need to score here if we want to survive. He goes for the reach, pulls up, avoids getting blocked by 2 players, and sticks it. Now it's time to play defense. 3-point game, 30 seconds left. All we need to do is get 1 stop. I'm trying to secure the 3-point line, and I'll give up a 2-pointer, really, because I'm a good free throw shooter. But just stick close to the 3-point line, let them have it in close. They end up missing outlet pass, and I decide not to shoot the ball here for some reason because I won my 10th assist, but Paul George didn't shoot it, which I don't blame him. And then they finally take the foul. And then we couldn't convert free throws, and they don't get the ball oftentimes. So we couldn't convert free throws, and I didn't shoot them, by the way. But yeah, that'll do it. That's game. And hope you guys have enjoyed, and enjoy everything else post game and player of the game. So hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, have a nice day.
FlawlessTracks.net.
Word has just come down from the league that you have been awarded the Player of the Month award. Does something like this create any sort of momentum that will help the team as a whole?
Player of the Month, eh? That's quite an answer. I'd like to publicly thank those who chose me. The guys in the locker room here are great. They're going to be very excited for me. Does it help the team? I'd like to think so. The team has made a lot of strides recently, and I think something like this will only boost the morale of the team.